Good. Hawazin, hi. Ibrahim, Tapasvi, welcome. All right. We'll be waiting for a few
Hi.
more guys to join in.
Hi.
Great. So we'll
Is
be
that
waiting for a
Sunil?
couple of more people. Yes, it is Sunil.
Oh, hi, Sunil.
All right. Fantastic. Great. Guys, we're waiting for a couple more people to go ahead and join the session. As soon as they join in, well, I'll quickly go ahead and start it off then. Yeah. So kindly bear with me.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Analyst by trainer Lakshmi Sree. Well, my name is Sunil and I would be your coordinator for this training program. How are you guys all? Is everybody able to hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
good. Thank you.
Yes.
Great, great, fantastic.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, great. So guys, before we start off with the session, well, I guess we would need a small introduction about the trainer. So let me go ahead and introduce you to Lakshmi Sree. All right, now Lakshmi Sree comes with a solid 13 plus years of experience in the software industry, and she has more than 10 plus years of experience as a business analyst herself. Now, talking about her qualification, well, she has done a bachelor's in IT plus an MBA, and she also holds a professional doctorate in management in computer science and management related subjects. Now, she comes with an extensive hands-on experience as a BA and data analytics. Now, she's been a mentor for various companies like Wells Fargo, American Express, Fidelity, just to name a few. And she's handled many training pertaining to business analysis, business intelligence, and also data visualization. Now, only with TechieBee, she's done about, say, close to about 8 batches for business analysts only. So now I would let Lakshmi Sree to take over the session. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Well, you guys have my number, or you can ask all your questions pertaining to the training to Lakshmi. Thank you so much. And Lakshmi, you can now take over. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Sunil. Okay, let's start off. Welcoming you all to the Business Analyst Training Program. So just to give you a brief idea about what we will be covering as a part of the Business Analyst Training Program, we will be going through the introduction to business analysis. What are the roles and responsibilities of a business analyst, competencies and deliverables of a business analyst? There are several other terms like, data analytics, data analysis, business analytics that are available in the market. There are various job roles. So we will see how that can be compared to a business analyst role and what is the business analyst role that we will be targeting here as a part of this program. We will learn SDLC from basics to the advanced level. What are the various SDLC methodologies that you must know as a part of the business analysis process? Requirement elicitation and requirement analysis process. We have a lot of templates that we will go through. As a business analyst, you have to put to use these templates on a day-to-day basis at work. So templates and documents, artifacts, diagrams, models, and various other files will be shared with you all. You can directly use that when you start working as a business analyst, how to use that, when to use that. And we will also see live projects like diagnostic center automation. It's called a DiagSoft project. So we'll see how documentation is done for that project. And there's also another project that is referred to as the performance enhancement system for automating the software assessment processing. So these are two complete documents, and we will also see how to create SRS document, that is the software requirement specification document. There are so many documents that we will go through as a part of the business analysis process. We will see unified modeling language in detail. At a later stage of today's demo session, I will show you the templates, documents, diagrams, models that we will be learning as a part of this program. We will get to learn use case modeling in detail, data modeling and techniques. We will see what is the quality assurance and what is the role of a business analyst in the testing phase. We will also see some basics about project management and how a business analyst can contribute to the project management activities. We will see various business analyst software tools. Primarily, we will be working on Visio, Microsoft Visio, Visual Paradigm for diagramming, MS Word, Excel, and PowerPoint as part of the MS Office tools. And then we have SQL. The SQL that you learn here will be from basic to intermediate level. You can use the SQL on SQL Server or MS Access, or it can also be used on Oracle. So it's a standard SQL set of commands or statements that you'll be learning. Tableau, it's a visualization tool, which is the most commonly used tool in the market. So as a business analyst, you must know how to create visualization in Excel and Tableau. We will see how to use Pencil. That's a wireframing tool. And we will also learn some concepts about Microsoft Project for project management. And then, of course, we will help you with your resume preparation and interview preparation. Once you say you are ready for taking up an interview, we can also have a mock interview session. I will be having a mock interview session with each one of you. Once you are prepared with all the assignments, you have to complete all the assignments, get good hands-on with the concepts, and once you're ready for an interview, we will start off with the mock interview process. Okay, so there's a brief idea about what we will be covering as a part of the business analysis program. You have got an introduction about me from Sunil. So now I would like to get an introduction of each one of you. Please state your name and your work experience if you do have any. Or if you're a student, you can tell us which is a domain or the stream that you have learned. You know, what's your qualification, or what have you pursued, or what are you studying? Could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, I will start. Hi Lakshmi, my name is Hinad, and I am actually in my last year of my master's degree in business administration. My background is in IT, and I'm in my way to. I'm still searching for jobs. That's why I'm enrolling in this class. So hopefully, I'm hoping that I will get the most out of it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Hinad. You're in the right place. That's all I can tell you. Because a
Thank
business
you.
analyst role very much requires IT knowledge, and it's well and good if you have a management knowledge along with it. So that's what the industries do prefer these days. So we will be covering all the concepts relating to business analysis process within a software company. Right? So both your management skills as well as your IT skills put together can really help you become a business analyst, and you can also specialize in the various domains of projects that you could take up and work as and when you get a chance or when you join a company. Right? Most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next participant, please.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Sayed, you may go ahead. Shall I take over, Sayed? Hi, this is Asta Grover. I have completed my bachelor's degree in 2014 from India, and I was working with Ericsson for 2.5 years as a software developer initially, and then more into analysis and a project coordinator. So I am again searching for a job. That is why I'm here in a business analyst role, most probably in IT. But I want that I'll be prepared for to go into any domain, be it finance, healthcare, or IT.
Okay, perfect, Asta. Most welcome. So you are also in the right place, I should say.
Thank
Which
you.
development, which technology did you work on?
Can you please repeat? I could not hear you
Which
clearly.
which technology did you work on? Which
Yeah,
technology
I
did you use?
started as a Java software developer,
Code
and
Java?
I did, yeah, core Java.
Okay.
But as soon as my project finished, so I was more into client dealing and presentations and all those things. But I have
Okay.
not done all this diagrams, UML, SRS, and
Okay.
all those stuff.
Okay.
But I have a presentation kind of experience.
Okay. So with the development skill set and good presentation project management skill set, there's another role within business analysis domain. So there's something called as a business system analyst or a system analyst role. So that
Yeah,
requires
that's
a
right.
combination. Yeah, that requires a combination of development skill along with the business analysis skills. So we will see that in detail while we go through the slides. But yeah, most welcome to the session, and I'm sure you're going to be, you will benefit a lot out of the session and you will find the right job.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Asta. Next participant.
Yeah, hi. I'm Ashley Singh. I was working with Verizon I was a team lead with them for their sales and service. I was working with them until the last 3 weeks. I was with them for the last 8 years. So just got laid off because of the RIF, and I'm looking to change my career path, going with business analysis and project management stuff.
Okay, most welcome, Ashley. So as you say, you already have industrial experience in product management, right? So I think
Yeah.
you'll be benefited a lot with the business analysis process. By learning the business analysis processes, you can take up a job that can be a combination of your product management skills, which you've already gained, and the new skills that you will learn as a part of this program.
Yep.
Welcome to
Absolutely.
the
Thank you.
session. Great.
Thank you.
Next participant.
So, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, Abraham, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim. I'm in my last year of getting my master degree in project management, and I'm here, like other people, like preparing myself for this role, for like in a business analyst role. So hopefully, I will gain as much as I can from this course. Thank you.
Okay, so as a part of your master's, you've been learning techniques relating to project management, or do you have some analytical knowledge as well as a part of your academics? Have you learned it?
Yes, but it's more going toward the project management side more than more managerial side.
Managerial side. Okay. So do you have hands-on with MS project kind of tools as a part of your academic program?
Microsoft Project, Microsoft Visio.
Okay, so you already have hands-on with Visio and MS project?
Yes, like Microsoft. Yes, these two tools. I work on these two tools deeply, so I have a good knowledge. But I missed a lot of information from your curriculum. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's really good to know, because you already have good hands-on with a few tools that we will be learning here. And in addition to that, there are other tools that will be a value add when you take up a job as a business analyst. Of course, having a project management background will really help you get into the business analysis process, or as a business analyst with a software company very easily. So you're in the right place, and welcome to the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can we have the next participant speak? Tapaswi Syed Mustafa.
Yes, Lakshmi?
Yes, Tapaswi. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Myself Tapaswi. I've done my electronics and communication in India initially, and like I joined in masters in Marist College, like doing my information systems and management. Like I will be graduated this May, and I'm looking to begin my career as a business analyst.
Okay.
So here I am finally.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a part of your academics, are you trained on MIS, Management Information Systems?
Yeah, that is my department in masters.
That's your specialization, right? Okay. So any of the tools that you've already had an opportunity to work with? I think primarily
During my course time, during my semesters, I have like used tools Visio and SQL Server, SQL Visual Studio also,
Okay.
and yeah, that's all I think so.
So, good, Tapasvi. So you also have, like Abraham, you also have hands-on with the tools that are very much required to work as a business analyst. Of course, you'll be learning a lot more concepts as a part of this program that can really help you get placed as a business analyst with a software company. Welcome to this session.
Thank you.
Okay. Mostafa and Syed, could you please introduce yourself? Syed, could you please speak? If you're not able to speak, you can also type. I can read it out for the other participants.
I think there's some issue with my mic. So
Okay, we can
can you
hear
hear me
you.
now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. See, I have been a bank manager all my life. I'm like right now 59 years old, and I was looking for a career change. I have been trained in PMP and SAP HANA
Okay.
and QA also, but I have taken all this training recently,
Okay.
and I want to use it to become a business analyst.
Okay. That's really good to know, Mr. Syed. I think it's a different set of experience that you have banking domain. Of course, you can use your domain expertise within a software company to get the softwares developed relating to the banking domain. There are so many
Mhm.
companies as such. And welcome to the business analyst training sessions. You'll learn a lot of concepts about the business analysis process that is followed in a
Mhm.
software company. And of course, the other courses that you've learned could be quality assurance or SAP HANA kind of other software
Mhm.
technologies that you've learned will also help you
Yes.
when you get to become a business analyst for a software company. Welcome to the session.
All right. Thank you very much.
Mustafa, could you please type if you're not able to speak? That's okay. Please type. What are you currently doing? Are you a student? Are you working?
Uh, Lakshmi,
Yeah.
excuse me. While we're waiting for the next joinee, I have a few questions. Now, I'm not sure if I heard you correctly. Are you going to give us real-time examples and scenarios of like to relate, for example, whatever topic we're learning, and we can that will give us a better understanding. Are you going to do
Very
that?
much. Yes, we will go through real-time projects. So I can show it to you right away. What are the various topics that we will be covering or the details that we will go through. So to answer your question, with the projects, we have some real-time projects that we will be working on. So these are completed projects. We will be going through documentation for these projects, as well as we'll be giving you assignments and case studies on which you can create a similar documentation, or you can take the same project or same domain that has been studied to create the documentation as an example, and you can recreate it. So either ways you will get a very good hands-on. So this is a real-time project wherein we tried automating the performance enhancement system for data quality functionality within an organization. So this included data acquisition, data modification, algorithm generation and reporting kind of features, right? So how did we create a problem statement for it? How did I work on the scope of the problem? What is the objective of this particular project? Then we get into the system analysis. So within system analysis, what are the various details that you will be studying? And then how do you create the product perspective description? How do you create project requirements? That is a functional requirement and non-functional requirement. How do you work on the development tools? Primarily, how do you create the system architecture or the solution architecture? Very important. A complete solution architecture, how is that created? And then how do you create module based architecture or description for each of the modules in the system? Other than that, we will also see the system design in detail, various diagrams. The architectural design basically includes use case modeling, sequence diagrams and activity diagrams. And then we have the functional design for each of the modules or functionalities within the system, right? So other than that, we will also see the testing concepts in detail. STLC and project management lifecycle will be handled separately. So this is for a complete project, that's for PES ASAP automation. This is one of the project. Other than this, we have another project, that is the DAGSoft project. So within the DAGSoft project, we have the front end and back end for this particular project that aims at automating a diagnostic center, workflow within the diagnostic center. All the manual processes are getting changed to automated process. So how is that basically accomplished? How is the existing manual process studied? And then how is the automated process suggested? What is the difference between an as-is system and to-be system? So we have various database related concepts like creating a schema. How do you create a CHENS diagram? How do you create an ER diagram? And then how do you work on the present system and the proposed system that is defined under the system environment? How do you create hardware and software specification? This is at a basic level, but we have a document called software requirement specification where we will see it in detail. Then we have the scope of the problem, that is in scope and out of scope of a project. And then how do you create the problem statement, etc. The diagnostic center automation project or the DAGSoft project will have a lot of database related information, whereas the PES ASAP project will have more of an entire functionality or a process within the quality division of a company getting automated. How is that end-to-end automation achieved? So that's what we will see as a part of the ASAP project in short. And then we also have the cafeteria ordering system, for which we will study how to create the software requirement specification. Right, so how is this document created? And for each and every document, we will see what is the structure of the document and what are the various details that should go into each part of the document. We have a description of it, and then what is the actual information that should go into it. So the basic documents that we will be working as a part of the business analysis process include the business requirement document, functional requirement document, SRS, that is the software requirement specification, and then we will also cover technical requirement specification that is related to the business analyst role or the business analysis process. So these are the main set of live project documents that we will be going through as a part of this program. Each and every topic within these documents will be discussed. Other than that, we have a lot of templates which we will be working on. So we have say about 100 templates. So each of the template has a particular functionality, why it is being used and where you have to use it, right? For example, I can show you a filled in template. So here is a communication plan template. So when do you use a communication plan template and how should it be filled for a HRMS, that is a HR management system project? So that we will see in live, how it has to be created and what are the various details that you have to fill in. Another example that I can give you for a very good documentation, very good stakeholder analysis document process is how a stakeholder analysis is created for a project and what are the various type of interactions that can take place. And end of it, how is the finalized stakeholder analysis document created. So similar to this, we have n number of other documents or templates that are needed other than the main project documentation. There are several templates that you will work as a business analyst, right? It could be relating to meeting, sending meeting invite, meeting MOMs or minutes of the meeting, and then how do you conduct interviews, what is observation, how do you perform job shadowing, and how do you document it. So for each and every phase that you carry or that you carry out or you perform as a part of the business analysis process, there is a template defined for it. And how do you use each of these templates and how the information is fed into it, how a RACI matrix is created, how is RTM basically done. RTM refers to the requirement traceability matrix. So within requirement traceability matrix, we will be covering the business outcome versus business requirement versus functional requirement, and then functional requirement versus the test cases. So there are so many templates that which we will be covering as a part of this program, and we will also work on the testing part, that is the STLC, which will be handled separately. So within STLC, what is a test strategy? How do you create a test plan? How test scenarios and test cases are created and written? And then what are the various types of testing? So what are the different types of testing within black box testing and white box testing? So within black box testing, we have functional testing and non-functional testing, right? So each one of these will be handled separately. And we will also provide you the templates that you can directly use. Other than that, we have very good Visio diagrams that we will be covering as a part of this course. So some of the sample diagrams that I can show you is a system architecture diagram. So how to create a solution architecture or a system architecture diagram. So we will be providing you links to download Visio, SQL Server Express, Visual Paradigm Tools, and each and every step involved in creating a diagram or a model using Visio will be explained to you in detail. We will be covering all the possible diagrams that are available in Visio. So this is a sample system architecture diagram. This is a sample brainstorming and legend diagram. So multiple sessions of brainstorming session. How do you represent the brainstorming diagram and how do you add legend to it? How to use good curves? How do you use curved connectors? What are the different types of connectors that you can use? And how do you create good diagrams that can communicate in a graphical representation method or a pictorial representation method rather than having a lot of text defined? So here is an activity diagram. So we'll see what are swim lanes, what is a vertical and a horizontal activity diagram. So in that we will see different options that are available within activity diagrams. How can you create vertical, horizontal activity diagrams, and sequence diagram, which is equally important. There are many other diagrams, so these are some of the most important and sample diagrams that I'm showing you.
I have a question if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
So are you going to share these documents with us throughout the course?
Not just throughout the course, you'll have access to it always. You can check with the course coordinator. Once you're enrolled to the course, you'll have access to all the documents. You can just download and you can start using it. If you already have hands-on with Visio, or you are about to apply for a job and you're really in need of these documents, you can also follow the class how it is, how do we do all these diagrams, and it will be shown to you in detail. But meanwhile, you will have access to all these materials and you can start using it if you already know what it means and you have hands-on with it. So similar to that, we have fishbone diagram or Ishikawa diagram. So as a part of 5i analysis, this will be explained to you how to create a fishbone diagram. This is also an initiative to get into Six Sigma practice or process improvement group, right? So we have, say, about 35 Visio diagrams that we will be covering as a part of this program. And then that we have some live documents that will be shared with you all to explain how XML structure, a sample XML structure is created, how SWOT analysis is performed, what is SWOT analysis, and then how do we create SIPOC. Other than that, we will work on various features of Excel, all the features of Excel, and I will also show you how to create macros in Excel, and we will see basic Excel VBA programming for small level automation. Basics will be taught to you. Further to it, if you're much interested with Excel related work, because as a business analyst, many times they expect you to work on Excel related tasks. So process automation is equally important. And we will be covering various concepts of SQL programming. So if you see here how to create a database table, and then how do you write DDL commands, DML commands. So what are DDL and DML commands, and what are different types of selects. We will also be covering joins. What are the different types of joins? How do you use group by? What is delete? What is update? A sample of all these code SQL statements will be given to you, very, very handy. You can use this and start writing queries. Sample Tableau data extract, Tableau workbooks, Tableau workbook packaged workbooks will be given to you, and we will also see how to create dashboards and storyboards in Tableau. Okay, so these are some of the topics or concepts that we will be covering as a part of this training program.
Hi Lakshmi, I have a question.
Yes, Asta?
Whatever diagrams you have shown,
Yeah.
the SRS, fishbone,
Yeah.
activity, etc. Each and every diagram has to be the part of the document, or it depends on the project
It
and which diagram you have to make.
It depends on the project. To be very frank with you all, most of the company just wants use case modeling to write. They would expect a business analyst to write use case scenarios and create use case diagrams, and then work
So
on
what was the use
activity.
case diagram? I guess we did not see any use case diagram, or did we?
I can show you a sample of how it will look like.
Thank you.
So here's the UML use case sample, wherein we will see how to create a use case scenario. What are the
Okay, so
various
this is the most
standards?
important.
Yeah, most important. What are the standard definitions within a use case scenario, and how do you describe it? And then we will see a simple use case diagram using Visual Paradigm and MS Visio. Both Visual Paradigm is a preferred tool for use case diagram development, and then advanced use case modeling, wherein you will be using include, extend, generalization, dependency. So what each one of these mean and where you have to use these.
Okay. And
Okay.
also I was wondering that I am from an IT background
Yeah.
and have a developer and project coordinator of experience in an IT industry. So after this training, will I be eligible if I want to be a business analyst in a finance domain?
Very much. Business analyst
No.
is a common course. See, whatever you're going to learn as a part of this course is generic to a software company. So a software development company can work on any domain. It's not restricted to
Right.
finance, healthcare. You can
Actually, I was
also,
just seeing some I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
I was seeing some sample resumes and jobs
Mhm.
posted.
Yeah.
So it was anybody for a business analyst in a finance domain was requesting a prerequisite of a bachelor's degree in finance or commerce or economics. Is it that some
No,
company
they
require it?
also accept the experience in that particular domain.
Yes, because since I won't be, neither I have a bachelor's degree in finance and all those, and nor I have an experience there. So will I still be eligible to apply, or it depends on
You can
requirement of the
tell them
company?
your interest. When you apply for a job, you can tell them that you would like to work as a business analyst for software development, but then you would like to concentrate on banking and finance domain. Or you have to
Okay.
apply for a BA role in companies like BOA, or if you're interested in capital markets and investment banking, Thomson Reuters, JP Morgan's, Merrill Lynch,
So, so after this
BNP
course, I can
Paribas,
target
yeah,
all these big
all these
companies.
companies, yes,
Okay, they accept entry level BAs.
they do, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so
So
much.
wherein you can exhibit your talent relating to the business analysis process and the product development, and you can tell them that over a period of time you will gain knowledge about the domain. So as and when you generally they will give you a SME to support you, a subject matter expert will be there to support you on all domain related activities. So most of the business analysts, when they start off with the product development for a particular domain, they wouldn't have advanced knowledge about what they are doing on, or more details about the domain or the vertical that they would work on or work towards developing the software. So they'll have the SME, whenever there's a need, they will approach the SME subject matter expert to gain knowledge about the domain. So it's only over a period of time that you can gain the domain expertise. So it is not so easy. Otherwise, you have to take up a role relating to the finance domain, and then you have to get a switch over to the software industry. That can also help you. A 6 months experience can help
Okay. Okay, thank you.
you. Okay. Any other questions at this point in time? Or can we move on to the other slides?
I have a question, Lakshmi.
Yes, Tapasvi.
Yeah, as you said, I don't have any previous experience, so I've seen like some profiles, like they have been a programmer, then a like analyst, and then a business analyst, like that. So will it be a good choice without experience if I go for a business analyst career, or should I be like first programmer and then move on to like then switch my career again?
You
What do
are
you suggest?
into MIS, right?
Yes.
So you are learning MIS. So I think with MIS background, getting into business analyst or a project management role will be much suitable for your qualification, but it depends on your interest level. So if you want to get into development, then either you can choose to become a core software developer or a system analyst. A system analyst is a combination of business analysis skills as well as development skills.
Okay, but I'm interested in as a business analyst. I don't even have
So do
any
you have
interest in
any
programming.
programming hands-on at present? Have you worked on
Yeah,
any
means
system?
I have experience in SQL, and recently I started learning R language and
Okay.
a little bit of Python and Java. But
Mhm.
still, I'm not interested in that field. But I'm interested as a BA. So
Okay. See, one
just
thing I can tell you is BA is an evergreen stream or of specialization, because be it whichever technology that comes to the market, be it whichever new domain that comes to the market, business analyst role is going to have a value in the market always, job market, right? Because the technologies can change. Today we have a new type of visualization tool that has come up in the market. Say after 2 years, it could have got enhanced and some other product could have come into the market. So what existed 2 years before in the market may not be the same. So the developer, as a developer, you'll have to upgrade your knowledge every day. right? But as a business analyst, one good thing is you must know about all the technologies. I don't deny that fact. Learning is there. It is not a stagnant field where you say you learn about 4 technologies, you know the names of it, and you can survive in the market. No, that's not what's going to happen with the business analyst field. But still, you have a lot of scope for you to grow as a business analyst. You can either choose a technical career path or a non-technical career path, right? So just understanding the new technologies that come into the market and how that can be used in the software development is more than enough for a business analyst. Whereas being a developer, if the technology is changing, so you must learn the syntax and semantics of the code, how that is basically done, and what are the new technologies that are coming as a competing technology to the existing technology that you're working on. If we talk about Tableau, there are other visualization tools that are available in the market that are competitors of Tableau. We have Cognos from IBM, and then we have Sisense, we have ClickSense, ClickView, D3.js. There are so many tools that are available. Spotfire. There are so many visualization tools that are available in the market. Right? So technology wise, if you want to become a developer, you must be ready to upgrade your knowledge. It is not just knowing the name of the new technology or the purpose of it, but how to work on that technology. So regular training, regular upgradation of the knowledge, and getting good hands-on, a lot of homework is needed for that. Whereas with the business analyst role, you will have the time to understand what is that new technology that has come into the market and what is the main purpose of it. And then you can directly start working on that technology, because a developer is going to be different. You are not the one who's going to develop the product, but you must know which is the application or the technology that is going to be used to create the software.
Okay.
And you have the benefit of working in whichever domain you choose to.
Okay,
Healthcare.
I'm interested in like either healthcare or finance side, banking.
Okay, then your
So,
first job should be relating to that. Where you apply and
oh,
you take up your first job, you have to make sure that you tell them this is what your interest is and you want to grow in this particular domain for a long term. This is your career path that you've chosen, and you would like to learn more about the banking domain and also work on the business analysis process.
okay. So do you cover those domains, Lakshmi, in this course
No,
or there's something?
domain specific concepts will not be taught here, because within finance domain there are so many subdomains, right? It could be
Okay.
into core finance or accounting. There can also be capital markets, investment banking, personal banking, insurance. So all these come under finance, but then there are different verticals within finance. So we will not be covering the detailed domain specific details about finance or healthcare domain here, but you'll learn all the topics relating to a business analyst role in a software development company.
Okay, but thing is, how can I land in a position if I'm interested in suppose investment banking?
Yeah,
So will this means like
they will
will
train
this
you.
course be helpful
Yeah, very much, because you
in
will also already, by completing this course, you'll be very much industry ready to take up a business analyst job. You don't have to worry about the domain. If you are very specific about your capital markets and investment banking domain, you can apply in those companies where you have to clearly tell them that you would like to get trained on the domain and you would like to go ahead with the business analysis process or the business analyst role within the banking domain or within investment banking domain or core accounting, whichever domain you choose. So at least 1 or 2 months
okay.
of domain training will be given to you even before you start off as a business analyst with a software company. See, there is a difference. There is a difference between the business analyst. Okay, there's a difference between a business analyst role within a software company and within a domain specific company, right? The term
Yeah.
business analyst is alternatively used these days. A business analyst in a software company will be primarily working on the details which I've shown you. But a business analyst in a finance company or investment banking company will be totally working on process related concepts pertaining to equities, fixed income, derivative, etc. Right? So if you are basically interested only in domain specific activities, if you completely want to specialize in
Oh,
equities, fixed income and derivatives, you do not want to work on software development based on these financial instruments, then
okay.
we will not be covering those concepts here. Right? A process
Okay. But
specific
that's
business
what my
analyst
question
role is
is.
different.
Yeah, if I am, even though I learn this BA techniques and everything, means what if I get a role in a some banking company and what I don't know anything about that and what will be the situation? That's what I was worrying. Means like that is my question
No,
in my
they will
mind.
not. They will not. If you have applied for a business analyst role for a product development, right? So
Oh,
business analyst role can be of two types. One is domain specific business analyst role, wherein you will be working on operations. You will be a part of the
okay.
operations group, and you will be working on various operations related day-to-day operation related activities, within equities, what are the various common shares, preferred shares that come up, or it could be, within fixed income group, how do you create the maturity yield for a bond, what is a sovereign bond, you'll learn all these. So this is nowhere relating to the business analyst concept that is followed in the software industry. But if you get to work on a product that is going to cover the equities and fixed income related information, then this course will be very much helpful because you will be creating the product, right? You will be working on the complete product life cycle, the software development life cycle, but then the domain is equities and fixed income. But you will not be involved in day-to-day activities or operations-related activities for investment banking firm.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lakshmi.
Lakshmi, I had one more question.
Yes, Asta.
Yeah, actually, I'll be going to the through this training program, but
Okay.
I'm not sure that whether I want to find a job in US or in India. So I don't think the course would hardly make any sense with respect to my job location.
Absolutely not. It is common anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, yes,
Anywhere in
right.
the world.
I knew that it was a
No, because we are not
chota
covering
question.
any. No, no, no. It's
No.
not. It is a very good question, I should say, because there are some business analyst roles. I know why you asked me this question, okay? Because there are some healthcare related business analyst role that require specialization in healthcare related concepts very much specific to the US location, or it
Right.
could be tax and compliance or SOX related, SOX related compliance activities that are specific to the US location. Right? So we
Yeah,
will not
because
be
most
covering.
probably
Yeah.
either I would be going for finance or this software product only. But I'm
Okay.
still not sure I'll be finding a job in US or in India. So that just cropped up in my mind because in India they usually ask for R language and SAS and all those stuff.
No,
And I guess we
that
won't
is
be covering
different.
all those.
That is different. That is not a part of
That's different.
business analyst. That is the main problem in the job market these days. Alternatively, they are using various terminologies which is confusing the
People like us.
participant, yeah, or the employees who join them. So we have different terminologies here other than business analysis or business analyst role. We also have data analysis, data analytics, business analytics, and then comes financial analysis, project management, quality assurance, documentation, and technical writing skills. Right? So whatever
So
you
these are
stated,
all different.
SAS, R, etc., all those come under data analytics and business analytics. Analysis is different from analytics. As a part of business analyst role, you will only work on business analysis process.
Okay, and what would be the role of a data scientist?
A data scientist will either fit into a data analytics role or a business analytics role.
Okay, and we are doing for business analysis.
Business analysis is different from analytics.
Okay, and this analytics involves this R language and SAS and all those
Everything,
stuff.
SAS, R, big data,
Okay.
advanced
Right. Thank
high
you.
kind of
Thank
development. Yeah.
For the first time today, I got the difference between analysis and
Yes,
analytics. These are two
yes,
different
because
terms.
I have worked on both of these fields. I worked as a business analyst working on business analysis, data analysis, that is a plain data analysis, and then data
Okay.
analytics, that wherein we get into the pattern creation of the data. So within the given data, when you do some sort of an analysis, it is called as data analysis. But when you
And
derive
there
a
we
pattern,
require,
yeah,
right, and there we require the different Excel formulas and all those stuff.
yeah, data analysis will involve a lot of Excel usage, right? But when
Okay,
it
okay.
comes to
Thank you.
analytics, you will be working on predictive modeling, ARIMA, linear regression, logistic
Okay, so that is
regression.
not part of our function.
It is all part of our programming.
Our programming, R as
Yes,
in rows.
our language, that's a part of data science.
Yeah, right, right. Our language.
Our
Okay,
language.
thank you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, any other questions? Syed, are you trying to speak? I'm not able to hear you. Okay, let's go through the other slides. It will give you a better picture about what business analysis role is and how different is that from the other roles that are available in the market. So towards the end of this demo, I'll take up some more additional questions that you might collect while we go through various slides. Okay, so I've answered several questions of yours. Most of the questions that you have asked are covered in the slides that we would see in today's demo session. So what is business analysis? As the name states, analyzing the business. We are not going to derive patterns from the business or patterns from the data. It is not analytics. It is just the analysis that you're going to perform on the business or the process to create a system. So that's what is referred to as the business analysis process. IIBA, that is the International Institute of Business Analysis, governs the various standards that are followed as a part of the business analysis process. It was started in March 2004 in Toronto. Current membership holds about 800 and more business analysts in it. The standards that are followed by IIBA are defined in a guide that's referred to as BABOK. We will be giving you a copy of BABOK guide. You can also follow up for latest additions that happen to the BABOK guide. You can become a member of IIBA or PMI, Project Management Institute, and you can get various new standards, updates of various new business analysis standards that are defined and followed by IIBA. They also offer certification program, which we will see in the latest slides. So as a business analyst, you could either choose to become a business systems analyst or a systems analyst. There are three different variations in the business analysis process or the business analyst role. A business analyst will only be involved in analyzing the business. They will not get into the higher technical details of the business analysis or the software development process. On the other hand, system analyst will have advanced technical skill sets in combination to the business analysis process. As a systems analyst, you will have programming skill sets and you can also participate in white box testing. Business system analyst is an intermediate role between a business analyst and a systems analyst. A business system analyst will be good at business analysis skills and say 50% of the technical knowledge, who can participate in gray box testing, half of black box testing and 50% of white box testing. But a business analyst will be plainly from non-technical end. They will not get into the development aspect of the system. They will not be bothered much about how coding is written for a system, how modules are developed by a developer, right? So their main job will be to collect the requirements, that is to conduct the requirement elicitation phase within software development lifecycle, plan, analyze, design the system, translate the customer requirement into a technology understandable format. How is that done? The business requirement is first gathered and then the business requirement is translated into a functional requirement. At a later stage, the functional requirement gets translated into the functional system design. This entire process of converting or translating the customer requirement into the technology understandable documents, models, diagrams is referred to as a business analysis process. So as a part of the business analysis process, you will be identifying the business needs, determine solutions to business problems, determine solutions for system development, that is the software development, develop business process for organizational changes. So a business analyst is placed in between the business and the supplier. Business is nothing but your customer who is giving business to your company. As a business analyst, you will get the requirements from your customer who's giving the business, and then who's a supplier, one who's going to implement the requirements. So you will translate the business requirement in an understandable format so that you can give it to the supplier or the implementer, one who's going to implement the software development process. So we have already seen what is the difference between a business analysis, data analysis, data analytics, business analytics and other analysis and analytics related role. So analysis is a plain analysis that you derive from a business or you perform on a business. Analysis performed on data is referred to as data analysis. Why is it called as a business analysis process? Because when your customer gives you the requirements, it is the business requirement that you're getting from your customer. So what are you doing with that requirement? You are analyzing the requirement. As a business analyst, you will analyze the requirement. You will understand the gaps, impacts and risks involved in the requirements that you get from your business, that is from your customer. So analyzing the requirement that you get from your business, who's your customer, is referred to as business analysis. And a person who does the business analysis is called a business analyst. Data analysis, you will have the required data. There you will not communicate with your customer to get a requirement, get a business requirement and convert that to the actual system. In data analysis, you will just have the data and you will be analyzing the data. You will not derive patterns from the data. You will not perform forecasting or advanced predictive modeling with the data that you have, right? It is a plain data analysis that you will perform. For example, how many males and how many females have purchased a particular product from a retail store? Just with Excel or with simple SQL, you can perform this data analysis and you can get the output. or the result. Whereas in data analytics, there were about 10 male and about 10 female who have purchased a particular product from a retail store. That is in the month of February 2017. Based on their purchases in February 2016, February 2015, February 2014, can we get the year-on-year growth, quarter-on-quarter growth? Can you come up with a forecasting for the month March, April and May based on the purchases that have taken place in the quarter one of consecutive 3 to 4 years? So this is referred to as data analytics because you are deriving patterns. In 2017 February, if 10 male and 10 female have purchased a product from a company, from a retail shop, what is a guarantee that in March, April and May they will have similar purchases, or in February 2016 if they have made a purchase, then how do you guarantee that Feb 16 and Feb 17 they have made purchases, so for sure they will make purchases in March, April and May? So you need some concrete data. When you have a concrete data and you're performing some sort of an analysis on concrete data, it becomes a straightforward data analysis. But when you have limited information and you're trying to derive patterns from the limited data that you have, that is termed as data analytics, where a lot of assumption goes in and a lot of statistical analysis takes place. Other than that, we have business analytics. So within business analytics, we have various concepts. So business analytics and data analytics are primarily practiced as a part of data science. So data science includes big data analysis and machine learning as well. So other than the complicated data analytics and business analytics, we have financial analysis, which is very straightforward, which I just explained. How can you get into a core finance or core accounting or investment banking kind of a domain? What is the difference between domain business analyst role and a software company based business analyst role? Project management, quality assurance, documentation and technical writing, these are all part of the business analyst role. So now we know what are the various terms that are relating to business analysis, analytics, etc. that are available in the market. So when you apply for a job, please be clear what is the role that you are applying for. As a business analyst or after learning the business analysis program, you can only become a business analyst in a software company. Neither you applied for a job that is specific to a domain company or analytics data science based jobs. It will not match the skill sets that you learn as a part of this program. So what is the aim of a business analyst or aim of business analysis process? IT improvement, process improvement and business improvement. These are the key areas where a business analyst should contribute. What are the ownership and importance of a business analyst and what are the extended responsibilities? A business analyst gets very good organizational exposure compared to the other roles. Executive sponsor, project owner, business lead, IT lead, project manager, account director, developer, quality assurance, user trainer, architect, database analyst, database architects, data analysts, analytics, business analysts. So a business analyst will interact with all these users or roles on a day-to-day basis. So imagine the kind of an organizational exposure that a business analyst can get in comparison to a person who works as a developer or a tester or a part of the database team. They will be much oriented to the work that they're doing and they would concentrate only on their own modules to be created or tested or deployed. So a BA plays a mix and match role. BA must interact and work with each of the above mentioned roles. With that, we can surely say that the organizational exposure that a BA receives is much more than any other roles as described above. So what are the roles and responsibilities of a business analyst? Interact with the stakeholder. Who is a stakeholder? Stakeholders are of two types. One is external stakeholder and an internal stakeholder. An external stakeholder is a person, is a company or an individual, one who is giving business to your company. An internal stakeholder is an individual or a head of a department within your company from a different business unit or a location altogether, right? So if you're getting a project from within your organization but from a different business unit or from different location, they are referred to as internal stakeholders to your company. So the funding will happen from the business unit to the development team, business analyst team, project management team and all other teams involved in the software development. Or the external stakeholder is an individual or a company that is external to your organization. So they are referred to as external stakeholders. Stakeholders can also be referred to as client or customer. Business analysts must understand the business problems and opportunities and recommend solutions accordingly. BA should identify, understand and document all needed team roles related to each defined activity for a project. BA must closely work with the project manager in achieving the project milestone. Very much needed. A business analyst should work with the project manager. A project manager's role is different from a business analyst role. But some of the activities that a project manager performs also needs inputs from the business analyst, work-related inputs from the business analyst. Why is that needed? That is mainly needed to achieve the project milestones. So we will see what are those activities that a project manager would do and what are the activities that a business analyst would do, and where both project manager and business analyst will contribute together. BA will be involved in all requirements related activities while the project manager will overlook the entire project. A BA's responsibility is for creating a business model, organizing meeting, business processes, workflows, working on UML diagrams and artifacts that conveys about the business requirements. What are the BA competencies? Analytical thinking and problem solving, very much needed. Decision making skills. You must know where you have to give a go and a no-go, because there can be situation where you can say yes and there will be situations where you have to say no. If there is a particular business requirement which you cannot accept immediately because you do not have the technology based expertise to do that, or your company technology based infrastructure, that is the ITIL of your organization, doesn't support the business requirement that you have received from your stakeholder. You have to be diplomatic when you say no. Either you can say that it will be put on hold and it will be checked. You will check on it and you will get back to them. Or if you're very sure that a particular feature that the stakeholder is asking for is not available as a part of the business requirement gathering process, then you have to tell them that it cannot be taken immediately for implementation. Rather, you can put it on hold and have it in the next software release or in the next software development, next version of the software development, or it could take about 3 to 6 months or 1 year for you to get that expertise or the infrastructure, system needs, whatever it is. So you have to be very diplomatic but take the right decision at the right time. You should also have managerial skills. That's where your management subjects will play a major role. When we talk about managerial skills, it doesn't mean about team management skills. As soon as you join as a business analyst, they will not give you a team to handle. When I say managerial skills, when there is a workshop or a group discussion that's happening, at that time, if the discussion turns into a debate or an argument, you should manage the entire session. You have to clearly tell them that let's stop this topic and let's get on to another topic to discuss. So that's what is referred to as managerial skills. How do you manage the work that is given to you? How do you manage the people? Though you are not given a people management role, but still as a business analyst, you'll be interacting with so many people on a day-to-day basis within your organization and external to your organization, and each one of them could be different. So your approach with each one of them also matters a lot, right? You will also work with C-level executives. So when it comes to C-level executives, you have to be very diplomatic, and you must know what is the kind of a question that you ask them. You cannot just ask any question that you feel like relating to a product that is developed. Constructive criticism handling. Criticism handling is a part and parcel of the business analyst's job. Right? As a business analyst, there will be so many criticisms that can come your way, both positive and negative criticism. So how do you work on it? And main thing is, while you handle criticism, you should not lose people, or you should not lose the rapport that you've created with the people around, because you have to finish the job that is given to you, and day to day you have to interact with them, right? For a simple issue, if you are not able to manage your opposite party, then it's going to be very difficult for you to handle the complete project development or the software development. You have to set an example. You have to gain good business and domain knowledge. Communication skills and interaction skills, most important. Both spoken and written communication is very, very important. Emotional intelligence and negotiation skills. So when the discussion gets much tougher, you have to remain calm and handle the situation. So that's where the emotional intelligence and negotiation skills plays a major role, because you're taking decision that is going to impact the profit of your organization, right? The existence of your organization, reputation of your organization in the market. If you're not dealing your stakeholder properly, they will not come back to your organization. During the requirement phase, if the kind of discussion that you're having with your customer gets much tougher, then they will drop out the project and they will decide to go with another company. So you have to be very careful when you're dealing with the external clients more than your internal stakeholders. And then you must also know some of the programming languages, web frameworks, system architecture, and technology-based terminologies. So these are very much needed for you to survive as a business analyst. Though it is not a compulsory thing that you must know the in detail explanation or in detail knowledge about the technology that is used. But still, at a high level, you must know what are the programming languages or application development, what is CRM, what is ERP. So these are all basic things that you must know, and how is it implemented across the organization. What are the various BA deliverables? As I told you, you have the requirement management document. Under that you have business requirement document, functional requirement document, technical requirement document, BRD, FRD, TRD. Most important documents. Along with BRD and FRD, you should also have SRS document. At times, they may ask you to include SRS within BRD. So remember these short terms, these are commonly used in the software companies. Then you must know how to create a requirement traceability matrix, which we will see in detail. Diagrams I've already shown you. Storyboards, process mapping and data mapping, we will see that. UML diagrams and artifacts, I've shown you what are the diagrams that we will be covering. RACI matrix, test plans, we will see that in detail in our future sessions. Approvals and sign-offs. So what are the various approvals that you have to go through? So we will see each and every type of approval that you go through for the documents that you create, or the templates that you could use for simple activities that you perform on a day-to-day basis to get approvals and proper sign-offs. Very important slide. What is the difference between a business analyst role in a software industry and in domain-specific industry? Just to answer the question that Tapasvi had, she wanted to get into the banking, investment banking domain. So how different is that from a software industry's BA role from a domain specific industry BA role? So in the software industry BA role, we will be working more on initiation phase, planning phase, execution phase, monitoring and control phase, and the closing phase of the software development. Whereas in domain specific industry, you'll have to understand the process. Understand the process operations methodology. Learn the required skills and execute the process. Monitor the process phases and control errors. Closing phase for a domain specific activity will mostly be an ongoing task and might take years to close a process or operation. Whereas in a software company, the software development process can get over in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years max. Or it cannot be an ongoing process. It can only be a support and maintenance activity that becomes an ongoing process. But software development within a particular version, say first version of the software, will have a particular time limit for the implementation, completion and then release. Right? So that is the main difference. So in short, to summarize, the role of the business analyst is to bridge between the business and the technology. You will be translating all the business needs in a technology understandable format. So what are those formats? So those are referred to as artifacts. So what are the artifacts? Templates, documents, diagrams, data models, business process models that you create will all help translate the business need or your business analysis findings to a technology implementable thing. What is that thing? That is the artifact. Okay. So other than that, we have the software development life cycle. So what are the various methodologies that we follow and what are the various stages involved in software development life cycle? We will see what is a business case, what is a statement of work, how to create project charter, agenda, minutes of the meeting, etc. And how do you handle change requirement in detail? How is requirement change process managed? So that we will see in detail. Unified modeling language, I've already shown you the sample diagrams that we will be working on. Use case modeling, we will be working in detail, right? Starting from how do you create the use case scenario and then how do you create use case diagram, who are actors, what is an event, how do you create a basic flow within the use case diagram, what is use case modeling, how do you reference use case model, how do you reference the use case scenario and the diagram that you create within your business requirement document, functional requirement document. Many times use case diagrams are also referred by the testing team to perform the testing. And then we will see how to create data flow diagrams, data flow model diagram, process flow diagrams. So within process flow diagram, we will see how to create business process model notation, BPMN. It is a standard diagram that is available in Visio. So how to create that and how to create collapsed processes, sub processes within the main process, right? So other than that, we will also be covering the other UML diagrams. So data modeling are of two types. One is the normal data flow that happens within a module of your system. The other data model is referred to as the database development. How do you create schema? From schema, how do you define entity, attributes and relationship? What are the types of relationship? How do you create a Chen's diagram? How do you convert a Chen's diagram into a Crowfoot diagram or an ER diagram? Then we will see how to create primary key, foreign key relationship between tables, and then how that is replicated directly on a database. How database is created in SQL Server, how tables are created, what is a data type. So how do you compare a data type to a data dictionary, how data dictionary is created, where is it created in the documentation, right? All these are most important concepts. And then very important, what are the tools that you will be working with when you attend an interview? Primarily, other than the process and the analysis knowledge, they will look for the tools skill set that you have gained. So for diagramming, we will learn Microsoft Visio and Visual Paradigm. Word processing is Microsoft Word. Analysis and data crunching, Microsoft Excel. Process automation, Excel VBA and macros. Data extraction, we will see how to create database and tables and how to extract data using select statement, update statement, etc. The SQL statements that you learn will be common to SQL Server, Oracle and Access databases. Wireframing, that is to create a front end, a mock-up of the front end of your application. We will be using Pencil, a tool called Pencil. Project management, we will see some task creation and resource allocation using Microsoft Project. We will only see the basics of it. Requirements management, rational requisite pro, this is the tool that is used for requirement management in the companies, so which we cannot cover it here. It is it's a huge tool, it's a bigger tool that's installed at a company level. So you can go through some videos of it and of course you will be trained on it, but we will see how to get the requirements and how do you put it on Excel and how do you create documents. So if you get that knowledge, then you will have to just type the requirements into the Rational Requisite Pro, whichever company is using it. Otherwise, most of the companies will stick on to Excel related files and Word documents. For collaboration, you'll be using Google Docs and Google Spreadsheet, so which you all know, we will not be covering that. And presentation, Microsoft PowerPoint. Of course, you all know Word, Excel and PowerPoint. These are the basic MS Office tools that we learn even at a school level. So some of the advanced concepts I will be showing in Word, Excel. Yes, Asta. Asta has a question. Do we have, we will be having hands-on on all of these? Yes, you will be having hands-on on all of these. So practical examples, whichever we create here as a part of that I will create and show you on various tools will be given to you. The tool access will also be given to you. You can download the tools. You can either look at the examples that we create in the class that I explained to you in the class and you can replicate that, you can recreate it, or assignment questions will also be posted based on the topics we have discussed in the class. So first practice what is being taught in the class, create similar documents and diagrams and then try to answer the assignment questions. No problem, Master. Okay, we will also see what is a business analyst role in quality assurance in the testing practices and how different is the quality assurance role within a software company. There are two divisions within the quality assurance practice. We will see that in detail, and then differentiation between a project manager's role versus the business analyst role. So a business analyst will target more on the requirements, communication, performance and process improvement, whereas the project manager will target more about the project management, execution and delivery. So this we will see in detail. Various visualization, these are some sample visualizations. So we will create similar visualizations using Excel and Tableau, and some basics of statistics will also be taught to you as a part of Tableau presentation of data. Finally, we will help you with interview preparation, resume preparation and then mock interview. So once you say you are ready to take a mock interview, you'll be having a mock interview with me, which will be very much similar to the interview that we will have in a software company. So we'll give you about 150 to 200 interview questions. Many interview questions have been gathered, both personal questions, BA related questions, job related questions, that has everything. So if you can learn all those interview questions, prepare yourself and know answer to all those questions, then of course you are very much ready for a business analyst job. Whichever interview you attend, you can surely clear that interview if you can answer all the interview questions which have been given to you. Questions are already uploaded on the blog. So other than this, we will also give you a case study. So you have to work on the case study and create end-to-end BA, that is a business analysis process should be performed, and then you have to create the documentation for it and all other artifacts relating to it. Okay. Open to question and answers.
Lakshmi, you can mail me this video?
Yes. After every session, the video of the session will be uploaded. It will be done by the course coordinator. Once you have access to the blog, you can download the video and you can view it.
No, can I have it just immediately to revise, even if I enroll it tomorrow or day after?
Sure. You can speak to Sunil in this regard and he can help you with it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Lakshmi, it was great and it was very, very thorough presentation. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your knowledge. Thank you very much. And I'll stay in touch with Sunil for further information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abraham. Thanks a lot and looking forward to have each one of you in the future sessions that we're going to have. We're going to start very soon, right?
Oh, just one more question before I go. So for the Saturday Sunday session, how many hours gonna be per day?
You'll have to speak to the course coordinator about that.
Oh, with the coordinator. Okay, thank
Sunil
you very
can
much.
help
Thank
you
you.
answer all these questions.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem. After every session, if you get any questions that you couldn't ask during the session, you can post a query to me, that's a trainer, query to the trainer, and I will answer you as soon as possible.
Thank you, Lakshmi, for the session.
Okay, great. If there are any more questions, you can get
Thank
to
you.
me through Sunil, and I'll be glad to answer you all.
Okay.
You all have
Okay,
a good
thank
day.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.